Yeah, 2 World Radio 959 Arizona. 2 World Radio 959 Arizona. Sounding good up here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific.
USL, sir, on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Yeah, you're sounding good as well. Beautiful signal, solid 9. Back to you.
Yeah, you as well, man. You're blasting and you're sounding like a local. We're out here off the far west coast of Canada, southern Gulf Islands. You got Joe on this side. Juliet Oscar Echo 9 Alpha Tango 791 QSL.
9 Alpha Tango 791. Very good. You got Randy, the operator on this end. It's 2 World Radio 959. We're located in northwest Arizona, a little town called Golden Valley, QSL.
Golden Valley. Okay, cool. I don't know if I've heard of that one. I've talked all over Arizona, but I don't know about Golden Valley. My wife will be in Arizona late March. She's going down to Sedona and then Mesa there, QSL.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, we're in northwest Arizona, so right there in the corner. We're about 100 miles south of Vegas.
I bet you it's nice down there today. I bet you got lots of sunshine and warmth. It's currently 51 here, 51 degrees. And the breezes end. We had a little bit of a slight ocean breeze and a mix of sun and cloud out here on the island.
Hey, Roger, on that. We actually got some cloud cover today. We've had for the last couple of days, and it kind of cooled things off a bit. We did have a day in the 70s about 3 days back, so yeah, you never know. It's really kind of unusual weather for December because normally we're down in the 30s, and it's been unusually warm, for almost coming into January.
Well, hopefully it'll stay nice and mild all winter right through till spring. I'm sure when Wendy's down there, my wife, end of March, it'll be pretty nice. I'm sure it starts to heat up pretty good end of March.
Roger on that. All righty, well, I don't think I've ever talked to the Gulf Islands before, but I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, the name of my island is Salt Spring Island, so I'll spell it for you. Sierra Alpha Lima Tango, and then separation, Sierra Papa Romeo India November Golf, Salt Spring Island, off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia. Right, same island archipelago as Washington State, San Juan Islands. We're looking at them from here.
Roger on that. All right, well, I'll definitely check you out there. I'm sure, I think you said Salt Stream Island, is that what it was? Because I didn't catch all the alpha code there because my hearing's not that great. So, but I'm sure I can find your spot there where you're at, no problem. So you don't need to alpha code it again. Yeah, like I said, the signal hasn't changed. Beautiful signal, holding right at 9 and sometimes creeping up there to plus 20.
Yeah, I'm just running the stock power out of the radio. I was running stock, then I turned it up a little bit, and then I turned the linear back off. So right now we're running about 35, 40 watts out of this RCI 2980 WX. And yeah, the name of my island is Salt Spring Islands, like table salt and spring, like a bouncy spring. So Salt Spring Island.
Got it. That's on Salt Spring Island. Got it. Okay, no problem looking that one up. Cool. That's easy to remember also. So when I get done talking to you, I'll Google it and take a look at your domain there for sure.
All right, buddy. Yeah, I'm on the very northern end of the island here. There's about 10,500, 11,000 people here. The island is just a hair under 17 miles long.
Roger on that. Must be a beautiful place to live there.
Yeah, it's quiet, very quiet. No street lights, no traffic lights, and all rural. We just have a village. We're unincorporated, so there's a main village, probably about 8 miles south east of me, and then on the very southern end of the island, which is about 90 miles north of Seattle as the crow flies, another small village. That's it.
Hey, Roger's on that. Well, that's great. Yeah, the Golden Valley, Arizona, where I'm at, also unincorporated. Very, very rural, and it's basically just, out here in the desert, I actually moved here like probably about 13 years ago, from Utah. So it's a big change for me, but I wanted to retire someplace where it was warm, not tired of cold.
I don't blame you, man. I can't stand it. I'm in Canada. This is the only place to be if you live this far north. We have wet winters and warm, dry summers. So You don't really see snow a whole lot up in this area, and if we do, it melts right away out here on these islands. Rest of Canada, too cold for me, man. As I get older, I dislike cold even more. I'd rather be in Arizona.
Roger. Yeah, some way it'd be, I remember, I lived in Seattle for a little while, and it rains a lot there, I'm sure you know, and, and it does get a little bit muggy in the summertime, but not as bad as when I lived in Texas. That was horrible. The humidity there was like 90%. So, like, you get out of the shower, it's like you never dried off.
Yeah, here you don't get that. We are actually, believe it or not, our summer is the low humidity, usually 37% with my when I look at my weather station to about 40%. The odd day you'll get a muggy day, maybe 2 all summer here, believe it or not, out on these islands. And yeah, Seattle gets a little bit more rain than we do. We're in a rain shadow, so we're about 30 to 36 inches of rain annually, as where I think Seattle's around 40. So a little bit more, not too much, but a little bit more.
Roger on that. So to get off the island, do you catch a ferry to the mainland if you need to go?
Yeah, so we have 3 ferry systems on this island. Southeastern side at Long Harbor Ferry Terminal, there's a ferry that takes you over to the mainland. That's usually about 3 hours because it usually stops at 3 other islands. Direct sailing, you can get there in an hour and a half. South end of the island, there's another ferry system. It's about 30 minutes, and you can get to Swartz Bay on Vancouver Island, and then you drive to Victoria a short distance. And then just around the corner from us on the very northern end, there's Vesuvius Bay Ferry Terminal that takes us over to Crofton over on the Big Island. And when I say Big Island, that's Vancouver Island, and that's 20 minutes. We were over there yesterday. So, yeah, only way off and on here is by boat.
Hey, Roger's on that. Well, it sounds great. You got the ferries there, and, you can get off the island if you need to go to the mainland for, doctor visits or, your shopping, whatever you need to do there. So, and that's not a very long ferry ride either. So, it sounds to me like you're in a really good place there.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and we went over shopping yesterday. So there's no big box stores here. There's no fast food, but there are doctors. We have a hospital. We have the only high school on the island. So the other kids come in by school boat 4 days a week. 3 fire stations, police stations, 2 grocery stores, big ones, about comparable to like Safeway. So we got all that stuff here. But yeah, we do have doctors. I got a doctor, and we actually have a nice hospital here too.
Right on. Well, that's good you got doctors on the island, because you certainly do need one for emergency stuff, life and death situations, and so that's great that you got. It sounds like a fairly big island. What would be the mileage on that island as far as size?
Okay, so from where I live on the northern point, Southie Point, to the very south end at Fulford, it's 16.8 miles. Narrow up here where I live, I live right across the street from the ocean. I can walk across the street to the beach, and it's very close on the other side of me as well. You get down to the south end, it's about 6 miles wide, something like that. Well, you'll see, you look at a map of it, you Google it, and you'll see it's very mountainous. 11 lakes, there's 11 freshwater lakes here, but yeah, there's lots of mountains and hills here, QSL.
Hey, QSL, man, the fishing must be amazing.
Oh yeah, well, there's rainbow cutthroat and bass in the lakes. And then, of course, we have the Pacific Ocean around us, so lots of salmon, and then cod and all that other stuff out there, oysters, crabs, prawns, everything.
Hey, Roger, and I think you still got plenty of crabs up in that area, because I know when I was there, the Dungeness crabs, we used to go and trap them. We bought some traps, and they were really good eating.
Oh, yeah, I can go across the street and just throw the trap out right into the ocean, and you can pull in crabs. A little bit, well, the Dungeness crab like the sandy bottom, so I usually come in with the red rock crabs. But if you go a little bit further out, then you dump the trap in off your boat, and you'll get the Dungeness. On the west side of our island, the ocean's really deep, so there's lots of commercial prawning over there, so you get those prawns.
Roger's on that, I imagine you have, what is it, it's not oysters, but I'm trying to think of what the heck it is, but you can see them squirting water up through the sand. What the hell is it? I can't think of the name of it. I'm being brain dead.
Gooey ducks, we got those. Clams, and there's swimming. There's swimming scallops here. Octopus. Pretty much has everything around here. And off the far west side of Vancouver Island, the Big Island, Then you go out halibut fishing and red snapper and all that. Farther out, you go tuna.
Now that's right on. You just about live off fresh seafood and beef that.
Yeah, it's great. No, I like seafood. We're having fresh sockeye salmon tonight.
Yeah, it sounds like a great place. I'm definitely going to check it out and look it up. It's a pleasure to hook up with you, man, and thanks so much for answering my call there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you betcha, brother. Hey, I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and you got a great sound and station coming out of Golden Valley, Arizona, and I wish you happy DXing, my friend. We'll listen for you again there, 2 Whiskey Radio, or is it 2 World Radio 959, 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands, out here in the North Pacific Wave. Until next time.
Very good, man. A very, very Merry Christmas to you and your family, and a Happy New Year. And heck, I'll have to sneak up here again more often and see if we can hook up. Do you ever run down on the lower?
Yeah, once in a while I go down there. I try to avoid channel 38. So if I'm down there, it's going to be anywhere between 35 and 40, except 38.
I usually hang out on 375 down there. Me and probably about 6 or 7 other guys spread out around here within, say, a 30, 40-mile radius. And we kind of all just, keep in touch with each other. But it's pretty much the lot that I live on is 40 acres, and then my son-in-law, he's probably got that much tied up again. So it's very, very nice.
Beautiful, man. You got to love it. You got to love where you live. Great place to be. And on channel 37, you might hear my friend Bob 440 out there in Vancouver Island. So he lives very close to me, just right across the water, a very short distance. He's like a local.
Roger. All righty. Well, good deal, man. All right, man. You take care. And like I said, thank you so much for choosing. It's always a pleasure to actually have a conversation with somebody nowadays, because it's kind of like hello, goodbye type stuff, for the most part down on the lower ones there. All right, my friend, I'll take a look at your island on Google, and thank you so much. And Merry Christmas once again. We'll catch you later.
All right, take care. Merry Christmas, my friend. Cheers to you.